Today we're going to be looking at this problem. A ball is kicked off the edge of a roof that is 35 meters tall. The horizontal speed given to the ball is 13 meters per second. If there is no air resistance, how far from the base of the building will the ball land? This is a Physics 1 question. What I used to like to do with these types of questions is I would draw a picture of the scenario, and then I would try to add the parameters into the picture, and then I had to remember what equations go with this type of scenario. So we have a ball on top of an edge of a roof, and this ball is going to be kicked off the roof. Okay, and now adding the parameters of the question. 35 meters tall is the roof from the ground, and then the horizontal speed is 13 meters per second going in the horizontal direction. And then we want to know how far in meters has this ball traveled away from the roof. Okay, so looking at this, we can use the distance, velocity, and time equation. But if you look at this, we have the velocity. The velocity is here. So we have the velocity here. But the problem is we do not have time. So we don't have time. So how will we find time? Well, there's another equation that you should be able to remember to solve this problem. And that will be time equals the vertical distance divided by 1/2 of vertical acceleration. And vertical acceleration is just another way of saying gravity. And gravity is constant. And the constant for gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. So knowing that, and all of this equation on the right side is under a square root sign. So it's the square root of the distance, the vertical distance, divided by 1/2 times gravity, which is 9.8 meters per second squared. So we can find the time by plugging in this right here, this vertical distance here, into here. Okay, so let's do that real quick. So you got time equals 35 meters, 35 meters divided by 1/2 times 9.8 meters per second squared, and that will be all the square root. And that will turn out to be, I already did the math and I've already rounded it, it's going to be 2.6 seconds. Okay, now plugging that into our distance, velocity, time ratio, we can plug that into there. So that's going to look like this. Distance is what we're looking for on the horizontal axis, and we're going to plug in the velocity, which is 13 meters per second times 2.6 seconds, and that is going to give us 33.8 meters. So right here, this distance here is 33.8 meters, and that's how far away the ball will fly off the roof if you kicked it with no air resistance off a 35-meter roof, and the velocity was 13 meters per second. And that's it for this question. If you have any other questions, leave a comment below, and I will see you all in the next video.